वैसे भी बहुत ज़्यादा signed up नहीं थे. So let's start. So namaste everybody. And hello Yolanda, hello Jen. Jen is with us and Yolanda is with us also, and Rani ji.
Hi, Madhu.
Hello, hi Yolanda. Now I can hear you. You were muted also before earlier. Yeah. How are you doing? Good?
Good. Thank you. And
Oh,
you?
yes, thank you very much. Thank you. Yes. And just wanted to say that this topic that we took today, healing, I've done it before. I don't know if you guys have listened to the video on YouTube. It has the healing topic over there. But anyway, I'm going to repeat a little bit of that and something new also. I'm going to add to it. So that's how it. So we are going to first start with a little bit of spirituality and meditation, and then I'll be talking on the topic a little bit, and then we'll do the meditation on it. So we'll be doing the cleansing of the bodies today, cleansing of the body meditation today. So let's start. So namaste. And so what is spirituality? Everybody knows spirituality is made of two words: spirit, personality. So spirit, anything, all the knowledge about us as a spirit and not as a body and a mind comes under spirituality. So knowing ourselves as a spirit, as an energy, consciousness, and the other words, Atma, Paramatma, a lot of words have been used for the same aspect. But what it comes down to is that we are not the body and the mind. We are the spirit. We are the energy that pervades in the entire consciousness, in the entire universe. And the whole universe is made of that one energy. And since it's being an energy, it means there's a vibrations. So vibrations, the whole universe is full of vibration. And this is all from quantum physics. It's not something that anybody can make it up. The quantum physics is now proving it, that the whole universe is full of vibrations. And vibrations create energy, and then energy manifests as a matter form, in the form of the matter. So that's how everything is different, because everything is vibrating at a different frequency. And at different frequency, everything is manifesting also in a different forms in the universe. So that is all about spirituality. So that means that the energy is there. So this is, everything is energy. The basic one aspect of everything that we see around us, the whole creation is nothing. If we cut down to everything to the bottom level, then it is energy. So it is so we are also made of the same energy. So we are a part of that same energy. So that is all about spirituality, all about vibrations. And then meditation is also made of two words: mind, attention. And that means wherever we put our minds to, we are meditating on that aspect. And meditation is basically this is the first aspect, that we have to use the mind to meditate on something, and then eventually the mind quietens down and we go into the deep meditation, which we call it as asampragat samadhi. And that is that we go within ourselves and go and merge into our own nature. Now, the energy that we were talking about, the spirituality and the energy that we were talking about, it is an intelligent energy. That is the nature of the energy, or we could say the nature of God, or the words that we use, consciousness or the God or the spirit. The nature itself is Sat Chit Anand, which is the truth about ourselves as being a spirit rather than body and the mind that we perceive ourselves to be. And Chit being full of knowledge. So it's an intelligent energy, and bliss, happiness. So it is also full of bliss and happiness. So that means that if we are that aspect of the energy which is not only vibrating at a high, can vibrate at a high frequency, and can be connected to the knowledge as well as the bliss form, which is our nature. So, but right now we have 5 bodies that we are using in this universe. The spirit is using 5 bodies in this universe to have a humanly experience. And these 5 bodies, as we know, are physical body, which is Annamaya Kosh, physical body, made of food and water. Secondly, the second body is the breath body or the prana body, and is also known as emotional body, as emotions are connected to our breath. Third body is the mental body, mind. And again, as we see, the mind is nothing but thoughts, full of thoughts. And fourth body is the intellect body, which is also all our past memories, beliefs, habits, fears, phobias, everything stored in that body. And the last body again is the blissful body, or the spiritual body. And his spiritual body is also, it could be said as a voice of consciousness or blissful body, because it's when we connect to that, that's how, where the energy is connected, the spirit is connected to that blissful body, and as a result, we feel that bliss seeping through. And when we say as samadhi, the samadhi is nothing but going into and merging into that blissful body and feeling that bliss and the knowledge coming into the mind and intellect to us directly from the universe. So that is the 5 bodies that we have, and we use these 5 bodies to have a humanly experience in this universe. So now our topic is healing today. And as you know, that healing, if we talk about healing, we have to know what is the reason, what causes the disease first, and how to heal our bodies. So it is in aspect of these 5 bodies that we are going to talk about the healing, how to heal these bodies. So first we have to see how we cause the disease in these 5 bodies, and then we are going to talk about the healing aspect. Now, how do we cause what are the causes of the diseases? So if we start looking at it from the point of view of 5 bodies, the first body being the physical body. Now, we have seen that the disease, any disease that comes down to the physical body first comes into the etheric bodies, into the first 4 bodies. That is the intellect body, the spiritual, the intellect, the mental, and then the emotional. And then it comes down to the physicality. So the first, any kind of a disease that is created in our body is first formed 4 months, at least 4 months apart before in our etheric body. So in this etheric body, in these etheric bodies, there are a couple of reasons how we create the disease in our bodies. Now, if we look at the intellect body and the mental body, we see that, Sapna, can you mute yourself? Thank you. So if we look at the intellect body and the mental body, now intellect body is full of our memories, our past experiences, fears, phobias, belief systems. All these are acquired there. And then the mental body is thoughts. So the information coming from the intellect body goes into the mind, and then we are thinking thoughts in our mind. And these thoughts coming out of the belief systems from the past, or carrying impressions from the past, or fears or phobias, all these thoughts that we have, if we keep repeating and keep thinking about it over and over again, then what is happening? It is manifesting in the physical form, because it's once we start thinking in a negative manner, and negative thoughts of fear, of any phobia, or any kind of a past incidents, then the emotions connected to those thoughts also come up from the emotional body. And those emotions that create a lot of energy, because emotions are nothing but energy in motion. So those, we are giving energy to these thoughts. And when these thoughts get energy, then they manifest in the physical form in some kind of a disease. Now, disease is nothing but a dis-ease of the vibrational frequency. So as I said, energy means frequency, vibrational frequency, and everything is manifesting in a different manner because everything is vibrating in a different frequency. So disease is when there is a disturbance in the frequency pattern of a organ or of any part of your body, that creates a disease in the system. Now, how is this dissonance or this disturbance comes in? That is through our thoughts. So our belief systems create gives information to our mind, and these minds, when connected to the emotions, create a disturbance in our thoughts, in our whole energy pattern, and that manifests in the form of, when we continuously think of the same thing again and again, like if there's a fear that's being created in our mind again and again, it will come in the form of some kind of a disease in our body. So fear usually creates asthma in the body. So there are different things, like you could say hatred. If we have a lot of hatred in our mind, stored in our mind, then again that is going to create cancer in our body. That creates cancer, hatred and resentment. Similarly, rejection creates arthritis. Lack of confidence creates knee problems or hair loss. Similarly, you could say confusion and harsh words can create ear problems. Not wanting to see something can create eyes problems. So all these kind of different kinds of information, this kind of different kind of emotions, they create different kinds of diseases in our body. So, as I said, we have all our mental problems and everything. What is happening is that we are creating a neuropath in our. So first is that we are creating through our thoughts, continuous thinking in our thoughts. We are creating these different emotional disturbances in the energy pattern, and as a result, it is manifesting in the form of disease. And then secondly, there is also that we are creating neuropaths through 5 senses. Now, the 5 senses that we use to have the different emotional experiences, worldly experiences, we use these 5 senses to have the worldly experiences, the humanly experiences. These 5 senses create neural pathways in our nervous system. So, for example, if you go near the water and you touch it, you can feel that it's very cool. Now, this information that the water is cooled is stored again now in our mind, and it is creating a neural pathway in our nervous system. Similarly, if you go near the fire, we can feel that it is hot. So that is creating another neural pathway in our nervous system. So this is how our 5 senses that we use to have the humanly experience create the neural pathways. And these neural pathways then you are giving the signals to our different cells, to our minds, to our mind, and also to all the cells in our body. Now, all the 5 cells, all the cells in the body, each cell of our body, as you know, is created through atoms, and through the atoms are created through cells, and the cells can be dissected to proteins, electrons, and neutrons. which is further dissected into DNA and protein. So every cell is made of protein and amino acid and DNA. So amino acid being the protein, which creates the cell on the basis of the DNA. And DNA is nothing but a map of the cell. So this map, the DNA that we call, is a map or the configuration of the cell is created through the signals that we are giving through our nervous system and through our mind. So with our thoughts. So our thoughts are giving signals that I'm fearful. I don't want to, I do not want to go somewhere and experience that thing. So any kind of a signal that is being given is getting registered. So if that signal is repeated again and again, that creates a map of the cell. So for example, as I said, usually I give that example that if you don't want to go someplace and you're forced to go, then every time you're forced to go, you're giving a signal through your mind, or a pathway is being created through the nervous system that you do not want to go. And this signal is being given to the cells of each and every cell of your body. So this cell's impression is being created that we don't want to go, but we are being forced to go. So as a result, and a knee pain or a pain in your legs or feet could come up because that is what you want. So or we are the masters and we are the energy that makes all these cells flourish, so happen or stay. So as a result, the signals that we give out, that is how the map configuration or DNA is created. And on that basis, the cells are created. So now the cells are creating with the amino acid, the DNA with the DNA of fear, or of rejection, or of not wanting to go to some place. So that is creating a disease in the body. That is creating now the pain in our knees or in our legs because we don't want to give and go. So when we create the pain in the knees and the feet and legs, naturally nobody can force us to go anywhere. So this is how we are creating with our own thoughts and our own emotions. We are giving that energy to the cells to create the cells that we want. I mean, the disease that we are creating. So we are creating the diseases by ourselves with our own thoughts, with our own actions, with our own words. Harsh words, we don't want to hear harsh words. And if somebody is all constantly shouting at us, then naturally we are going to create a hard of hearing or hearing loss in as a disease in our body. Because this is what you are telling your body, to each and every cell of your body, that you do not want to hear those harsh words. So as a result, a disease is created or a hair loss happens as a result, which from where you cannot hear you are not, don't have to hear those words that are being thrown at you. So by our own emotions, by our own actions, by our own feelings, our own thoughts, we are creating all these diseases. So this is the pattern we are using, either with our repeating the thoughts from our intellect body, from the past. We constantly think of the past, and then as a result, we create impressions and we connect emotions to those thoughts, and then we create a disease disturbance in the organs of our body, different organs of the body. And secondly, we can create neural pathways by through different senses. By using different senses, we are sending signals to each and every cell of our bodies, and as a result creating different diseases in our body, or disturbance of the energy happens, or the cells are being created on the basis of the information that we are sending them. So this is how we create the diseases. Now, understand that this energy that I was talking about, the God's energy or the spirit, it is a love energy. It is full of love. That is what the God is. We say the God is love, and it is a love energy. So the healing, when we have to do the healing, how do we have to do the healing? We have to because when we think negatively, we are automatically lowering our energy. We are automatically, our vibrations are going down. Whereas we need to raise our vibrations. So if we want to go up to the highest vibrational frequency of 100%, which is God's frequency, and merge into it, then we need to raise our vibrational frequency. And that will only happen when we are positive, when we are happy, and we are full of love, because we are the love energy. So the healing has to happen. And then, so in order for us to raise our vibrational frequencies, we have to learn how to not only heal all those 5 bodies that we have, not only do we, I'm going to go through all the, how to heal all the 5 bodies, but we have to understand how to use this love energy to heal ourselves and heal the others. So the healing aspect, now let's look at it. The physical body, first the physical body. Now the physical body is of course made of food and water. So if we eat good food, nutritious food, and healthy, clean water, so that means sattvic khana, the pure form of vegetarian food where we are not hurting anybody, no hurting of any animals or anybody. So it has to be a pure form of food. So pure, good sattvic food, vegetarian food will help to heal our body, because our body is made in such a way, especially our stomach, that it can easily digest all the plants and the plants and vegetables, plant food. But when it comes to the animal food, it is not easy. It takes a long time for our stomach to digest that food. It actually, the meat sits in our body from 8 to 12 hours. So it is fermenting in our stomachs. And as a result, it will create a lot of vayu problems, that is the prana problems, and it can create also a lot of emotional problems also, because it can create anger, because when we eat some animals or negative animals, and when they are killed, at that time the emotions that are created are left on their flesh, and when we eat that flesh, we are ingesting those emotions also. So as a result, our nature starts becoming more angry, more frustrating, more violence. So this is how we start changing into more being an animal rather than being calm and peaceful, like what should be our nature. So the sattvic food is very important. The purity of the food is very important. So that is first aspect. And if the food, like these plants and fruits and vegetables, they are digested within 2 hours. Within 1 to 2 hours, the food is digested and it comes out of a system. So it's easy to digest, and it helps to cleanse our body and gives us the nutrition that we need, and does not have any other of emotional garbage attached to it also. So this is the physical body. So we should eat all the sattvic or the pure good food. Secondly, and the water. So because since our physical body is made of food and water. And second body is breath body. Breathing. Breath body or emotional body is also known as emotional body, because our emotions are attached to the breath. So doing pranayam or breathing exercises, we can easily control our emotions and change our emotions also through the breathing exercises. So if you're feeling very angry and you do the breathing exercises, or you take deep breaths, or you do alom vilom, some of the breathing exercises that we teach in the yoga, then instantly and immediately you can change your mood. From anger, you will become peaceful and calm within a few minutes. So that is why breath is, if you've noticed, when you're very angry, your breath is very fast. And when you're very peaceful and calm, your breath is also very slow and steady and long. So instead of taking short and fast breaths and becoming agitated, it's better to take long. So breathing exercises help us to control our emotions and our breathing pattern, and also helps to longevity of our life. Because if we take long breaths instead of short breaths, then we are increasing our age. We are making our age longer because age is the number of breath. How long we are going to live in this physical body depends on the number of breaths that we take. So we are going to take less breaths because we are taking a longer period to take one breath. So that is the second body, the breathing the breath body, or the prana body, energy body. And so the emotional body. Then third body again is the mind, mental body. Now, healing of the mental body is by being mindfulness. That is watching your thoughts, seeing what is the negative thoughts, what are the positive thoughts, removing the negative thoughts, treating them like a garbage and throwing them out to the universe. That is being mindfulness. So you watch each and every thought that comes up in your mind. And especially if something is persisting, then you watch those thoughts and see if it's really viable to keep those thoughts. Is it necessary to keep those thoughts? You can evaluate thoughts on three bases, as I've always told you guys. The first is on the basis of truth, whether the thought is really truth. Is it really the true, or is it just my imagination that I'm imagining this fact that's going on in my mind? Secondly, whether it's useful, whether it's a useful thought to keep, or is it just again a garbage thought? And thirdly, from the point of view of kindness, is it a kind thought, kind to me and kind to the other party, about whoever I'm thinking about? So from these 3 points of view, you can always evaluate your thoughts. So on this basis, you can treat, whatever the garbage, just like you don't like to keep garbage in your home, you don't want to keep garbage in your mind either, because that will again disturb and give wrong signals to all your cells of your body, and also will create wrong beliefs in your mind that will get stored in the intellect body and then will come to torture you later on throughout the life. So this is how we have to be mindful of what we are storing in our intellect body and what we need to throw it out as a garbage. So that is the mental body. And then intellect body again is full of belief systems, and our past experiences are stored, memories are stored, everything, all of our fears, phobias, everything is stored in the intellect body, and we act out of that. Usually our reactions are on the basis of the information given from the mental intellect body into our mind. So on that basis, we react. So like, for example, as I said, usually if a dog comes into the room, some people will be happy, some people will be fearful. And that is on the basis of the information given from the intellect body into the mind, telling that the dog is either loving or dog is dangerous. It's very dangerous, it can bite. So on that basis, we are reacting. So the information that is stored already in the intellect body needs also to be evaluated, needs to be cleansed. And that happens not only being mindful, because if those past experiences, thoughts are coming up and haunting you, not only do you need to watch them and see if they are garbage thoughts and remove them, but also through meditation. Now, meditation is something that will raise the energy, it will raise your vibrational frequency, and will do the cleansing of all the 5 bodies happen. It automatically happens. So meditation is something which also helps to erase your karmic in the chitta, in the intellect body. It also helps you to erase your karmic obligations or karmic factors. So old karmas, they also get wiped out, cleansed out. Old thoughts, old belief systems get wiped out through meditation. Because with meditation, we raise our vibrational frequency. And as you know, all the kinds of negativity and all kinds of fears and phobias, everything, they are low vibrational frequency. And when we raise our vibrations, automatically they fall out, automatically the cleansing happens. So this is where the meditation comes in, and that is not only do we do the mindfulness, but we also do the meditation. And then the fifth body, of course, is the spiritual body, which is the voice of consciousness and is a blissful body. So if we start listening to our voice of consciousness, we will always be in the right direction because it will always guide us in the positive direction. How to raise our vibrations rather than to lower it. So basically, we have to be a little understand that we are the love energy. And if we are the love energy, then we have to live in this universe or live in this creation and through love. That is, by spreading love, we can raise our energy. It's very easy. If we just work out of love, if we just connect with everything and with everybody out of love, then this is how we will be able to raise our energy easily. So spreading love and connecting with each other. Now, usually what happens is when we meet in a relationship, in any kind of a relationship, we always, within two people, either we are expecting something from the other person, their expectations, or we are judging the other person. This is how we always interact with the person. In every relationship, this is what's going on. So instead of doing that, if we start spreading love and accepting each other as they are, forgiving each other, and giving out unconditional love, then we will see that not only our relationships will improve, but we will be raising our own energy, and a lot of healing will happen. Because as I said, all the grudges that we are holding against each other, all the negative impressions and all the negative emotions that we hold about anger and jealousy and greed, all these things are affecting our organs. It is affecting all our body because what is happening is that our cells, we are giving a wrong signals to our cells. The cells are created with the wrong DNA, creating a disease cell, and that cell creates tissue. Those tissues create organs, and organs create systems, and systems creates the body. So this is the scientific way how the physical body is made. So if we want to heal our whole body, we have to start at the basic root level, which is the cell. And if we heal the cell, that is, if we give the right signals or positive signals or loving signals to the cells, then the DNA, the map that is created on the basis of which the amino acid is creating the cell, will be a positive, healthy, happy cell. And so our body will be healthy. So the healing will automatically happen. So for the healing, we have to first know our mind. Three things have to be done. We have to know our mind. Secondly, we have to heal our organs. Now we can also heal, as I said, through the meditation. I will be also showing you how to heal the organs. But when we give out love and treat all our organs, when we send out unconditional love to our organs, we heal them. We give them healing. Because love energy is something which everything vibrates at a higher frequency, with which everything vibrates at a higher. So secondly, so the organs need to be healed. And thirdly, we should connect to the highest form of vibrational frequency. As I said, the white light is the first manifestation of God's energy, or you could say the first manifestation in the physical form of that God's vibrational frequency of 100% frequency is light. So white light which has the highest vibrational frequency, which science has proved it. So if we connect to that, then we are going to be able to bring that energy down, and we can draw energy from that, and we can raise our own vibrational frequency and heal ourselves. So here I also want to mention that you can there also we can heal our karmic obligations through seva, satsang, and sankirtan. So seva is service. If we give service to others without expecting others, that is a karma yoga. Karma yoga is doing karma or doing the service for the others without any rewards or any expectations for ourselves. So that is, if we do that, we will be able to raise our energy. A lot of our ego and a lot of our negativity gets wiped out. And secondly, seva, satsang, sadhana. Sadhana is again meditation. When we do the meditation, we draw energy from the light and we raise our vibrational frequency. And then sankirtan is chanting, or you could say this kind of discussions or this kind of participating in the satsangs. That is when we come together to discuss about God, or we chant together, or we chant on our own, then we raise our vibrational frequency. So chanting could be just a simple mantra of Om. Om is the second vibrational frequency, highest vibrational frequency after the light. And Om is the sound that vibrates in the whole universe, which has the second highest vibrational frequency after the light. So if we connect to the sound of Om, you will be able to draw energy from that and raise your own vibrational frequencies. So you will be able to raise your own energy, and a lot of healing happens as a result automatically. So the point is to raise our vibrational frequency. So I would also suggest an exercise to raise your consciousness. So the first is, of course, that we have to seek and spread love in the whole universe. We seek love from God. We seek love from that love energy, and then we spread it out. We give it out. Whatever we seek, whatever we get, this is what we want to spread. We do not want to spread any kind of negativity, because whatever we create first hurts us, and then it hurts the other person. So we are hurting ourselves more when we are creating something, because since we are the creator, we will be first affected by it. So if we are creating anger, we will get affected, our energy will go down, and we will create a disease in our body. And then whenever we throw it to the other person, it depends on that person's how they receive it. If they receive it with the same anger, they are also creating the same thing, or they can just, move on and not give us back in anger. They can stay calm or move away or forgive us. So it is up to the other person, how they receive it. But we as a creator have already damaged our energy frequency by creating that anger. So it is up to us how we deal with the world. So we should be careful about how we are responding to the situations. So we should learn to respond rather than react in every situation, and that will help us to raise our vibrational frequency. So the first thing is to seek love from the love energy, which is God's energy, and to spread it out. Second is understand that there is only one universal energy, and we are all part of it. Everything is made of that one energy, and we are not different from each other. So just if we are all the same, there are no issues to be fighting about, because we do create differences and issues, and then we start fighting about it. And that again brings our energy down. Thirdly, I would suggest that you stand in front of the mirror every day and see yourself, and not only see yourself as a body and mind, but see yourself as that energy. See the creator within you. So start doing that. Start connecting to your own spirit. So just by gazing at the mirror, you can start remembering that you are not this body and mind, but you are the spirit. You are that consciousness, or that God's energy, that creator. Remember that creator within you, or you are the creator basically. And thirdly, look at the creation again. And also, when you look at the creation, you again, look at the creation, and then again, just remember the creator, which has created this entire universe. So these are the 4 things that you can do as an exercise to raise your consciousness. So first is, as I said, seek love and spread love. Secondly, understand that everything is one energy, one universal energy. So thirdly, gaze yourself, gaze at your own reflection in the mirror and see the creator. Fourthly, see the creation, the universe, and see the creator in that. Same one energy that has created the whole universe. So when you start doing this exercise, you will be becoming more and more conscious about that energy, that spirit, or the one universal energy, or you could say God's energy. And another aspect that I want to say about healing is that we all make mistakes. We are here to learn and grow in this universe. And that is a reason for us to take birth. And if we have come, we are bound to make mistakes. And when we make mistakes, the first way to heal those, the first thing is first to accept that the mistake has happened. A lot of times when we make a mistake, we do not even want to accept that we have made the mistake. We want to point at other fingers at the other person without understanding the 3 fingers are pointing back towards us. So that means that we do not want to understand that this is not just we are not only the mistake has happened, we do not want to accept it. We do not want to take responsibility for that mistake. So first aspect of any time that a mistake happens, do not badger yourself down, do not be in the guilt, but instead accept the mistake, accept that it happened. It's a mistake, and you are not perfect. Nobody is perfect, so the mistakes can happen. So it can happen from you or to others too. If somebody else has done something bad to you, then understand that the mistake has happened from them. So accept it. Second aspect to that is forgiveness. So first is acceptance of the mistake, and second is forgiveness. Now forgive yourself for the mistake and forgive others also if they have done something bad to you. So accept it, forgiveness, and then give out unconditional love. Giving out unconditional love means connecting to the light and giving them blessings and giving yourself blessings. So we have to understand forgiveness, accepting and forgiveness, and then healing ourselves through the light, or healing ourselves by giving out unconditional love. When we give out unconditional love or spread love, then we are automatically not only raising our energy, but raising the other person's energy also. So a lot of healing happens as a result. So this is how you heal yourself, because as I said, it's easy to create mistakes and create diseases in our body. But and then of course, when healing the organs, you can directly connect to the white light and then meditate on the organ which is affected. You can just send out the white light, imagine the white light coming into that organ and healing it. And if you do this meditation for 15 minutes, just straight giving out white light to that organ, very soon you will see it will start healing. And you will see that organ you are raising now the vibrational frequency of that organ, and it will automatically start healing. And that is called spiritual healing. And this is the same formula, or that a lot of healing, these lot of healing practices are made of, like Reiki and acupuncture and acupressure. A lot of these people, they all do that through connecting to the light, or through different objects, drawing energy from that, and then trying to heal the organs. But just connecting directly to the white light, which is at the highest vibrational frequency, and then bringing it down into that organ which you need to heal, sit with it for 15 minutes or so. If you give white light to that organ, it will raise its frequency and it will start healing. And that is the spiritual healing. So this is all about healing. If you have any questions, please, you can open your mics now and talk to me. Thank you very much. Any questions? Yes, Raniji?
That was good. Yeah.
Any questions?
No.
No?
Everything
How
was
about?
very clear. Yeah.
Okay. So anybody else? Any questions? Yes. Please open your mic. Bimlaji, I can't hear you.
You explained in so much detail that I think it was, I would be more happy if, in the process if you could be able to explain us, because listening is one thing, but when we go to apply it, so in the
Yes.
method, the process is where I would need help, I think, because like even Raniji said, you explained it so well. So
yes, we will be doing the meditation now.
yeah.
So I will be leading you into the meditation, and we will be healing all the 5 bodies, and I will also explain you how to do lead you into the healing the organs. Okay.
That's what I would guess.
Yes,
the
I
help
will lead you
needed
into
in
that.
application.
Okay.
Madhuji, I have a question. Yeah.
Yes, Sapna. Yes.
So you spoke about, how like we create all this anger and how it leads to disease. How about like if an infant is born with the disease?
Yes.
So,
Mhm.
and also like I wanted to know like if it's in the brain, like seizures, like what is that connected to?
Yes. So, and when a soul comes into the body, that is about, this is a topic about the incarnation, but when a soul takes a body, it creates a plan of the, like what we say that is called, it comes with its destiny. Destiny is nothing but a map, or you could say a plan for how it's going to be. Now, when we come to this world, we can understand, you can think that it's like you're coming on a vacation. So when you go on a vacation, you plan, what you're going to do, what you're going to see, who you're going to meet, and how. So this is how a soul, when it comes into the body or the universe, usually it always has a plan of how it's going to, and the plan is formed on the basis of its karmic obligations, the past karmic obligations and the desires which were left unfulfilled. So on that basis, it creates a plan. It wants to fulfill its desire, and also it wants to finish off the karmic obligations, not only to the other souls, but to itself also. If it has created very harm to a lot of people, and now it wants to repent. So you understand, when we do an action, a reaction has to come. This is the law of nature. So this is our whole life plan is nothing but a reaction to the actions that happened in the past lives. So whatever we did in the past lives, now that cycle is open. That cycle will be only complete when action has happened. Now the reaction has to come, and then the cycle will be closed. So in order to close that cycle, we have to go through the reaction part also. So in order to finish up those reactions, that are called karmic obligations. So those reactions have to be completed, and that become a part that helps us to create a plan for us. So what is the thing? What is a kind of an experience that will help me to finish off this cycle of this action? I hurt somebody in the brain. Now I have to go through this same experience to understand how it feels when somebody gets hurt. So the soul itself creates that experience. So it is up to the soul, and if it is not elevated enough, then the universe does that. Because usually in the level of animals and plants, it's always the universe that creates the plan. But if you yourself or your vibrational frequency is very low, then or negative, then the universe creates for the human beings. Otherwise, it's usually if you are have energy, you're vibrating at a higher energy enough to be able to create your own plan, then you do that, and you create your own plan, and you figure out that what is the kind of experience that I need to go through to finish off this karmic cycle. And that is how So if somebody is born, it is what the soul planned to go through that experience, because every experience, everything that happens, whether it's suffering or joy, it is all experiences. And every experience
Mhm.
that we go through has a learning aspect to it. Not only is the karmic obligations getting finished, but we are learning something. We are learning how to be more tolerant, how to be more forgiving, how to be more perseverance. And we are learning a lot of lessons, and also how not to hurt others.
Mm.
So this is the lesson that we go through, because if you go through a brain problem, naturally you're never going to hurt somebody else where they have to go through that, because you know how it hurts, right?
Mm.
So if you have supposing fallen in a pond and got wet and it's cold, you will not push somebody else, because you know that they can get cold and they can get hurt too. So, and if you deliberately do that, then the intention is there, and if that is there, then of course you can again this is going through, you have used your negative aspect in your mind to create that action. And when you create something action, whether deliberately or even non-deliberately, the reaction has to be, when the intention is there, the reaction also has to be big, because a bigger lesson needs to be learned. And if it is not unknowingly, then it's very small, and but still the reaction has to come, because the cycle has to be closed. So it is a part of karmic obligations. And the
So like you
right.
So like you
Yes.
said, like you said, like if you don't want to go somewhere, your foot, you'll feel pain, or your foot will hurt. So when it comes to like seizures, what do you attribute that to?
Seizures, as I said, seizures could, and especially
Is
if it
it
is
fear?
yes, it is fear. Asthma or the seizures are all related to fear. It could be any emotion, but that is not the aspect. The main thing is that if if the person is born with it, then that is the experience it wants to go through. And for how long? Also, usually the time period is also set by the soul. For how long it has to go through that experience, so that it can learn its lesson in full, and also the karmic obligation is finished. So that also is decided by the soul. So it need not be for the whole life, or it could be for the whole life. It's up to the soul cycle, depending on what kind of a harm it had created in the other people's and in their own energy cycle. So because our own actions and our own, as I said, our own thoughts, they are the ones. Every action starts with a thought. So we have to start watching our thoughts, because only thoughts become words, and then words become the actions. So you cannot act without a thinking about it. So thoughts is the starting level of every action. So if you are persisting, continuously thinking, even if you are not, you have not created it into action, if you're just thinking negatively about something again and again, then that you're giving energy to that thought, and that becomes a karma. That becomes your karma, and then you will have to close the cycle through a reaction. And that will have to come in some kind of a negative karma, a negative experience, which we call as suffering. Okay, it could be anything. And usually if we have given some kind of a harm, whatever action we have done is the similar kind of a reaction that comes. So like if you slapped somebody, then somebody else will come and slap you, so that you can understand how it hurts to give a slap.
Right.
And then you will not be able to, you will learn this lesson and you won't do it again. So the idea is to learn the lesson, so that you get rid of that greed or emotion or all the negativity that we are holding in our mind. So idea is to not to hurt ourselves. The idea is to learn the lessons and to get rid of all these vices, because they are very hard to get rid of otherwise. Only when we go through these experiences that we get that it stays, these things, we remember it, and it stays with us in our mind. And then the information in your mind gets stored. Oh, do not slap. Remember how it hurt when the other person slapped you? And then that person may again slap you back also. So that kind of information is coming from an intellect body into the mind. And so it will stop you. So this is how the idea is to learn a lesson, not to hurt us. But eventually, you do get hurt if something negative happens to you, then you have to go through that experience also to learn the lesson and to grow. It is all for our own growth. And especially among the relationships, especially with the family and with the close friends and with everybody, if we just start any kind of a bondages. Now, why these family members come, why are these certain souls came as a family member to us is because of our open karmic obligations to each other. We have a lot of karmic obligations, a lot of give and take to be done with that soul. So coming as a family, it's easy because now that we are living together as a family, we have more time and more opportunity to exchange and give, learn those lessons that we need. So give and take can happen easily. That is why those souls come as a family. So between those souls, especially within the family and the people that you have more close relationships, the best way to break off that bandage so that that soul doesn't have to repeat the cycle and come back as a family member to you in your next life, the best way is to break off that bandage is through giving love. Everything can be solved by just giving love. No matter how the other person is treating you, that is their behavior and that is their karma and their actions. If you want to break off the bondage from your side, then you have to understand that just by giving, accepting them as they are, forgiving them, and giving them unconditional love. Unconditional love meaning whether they love you or not, you give out love only from your side. And then you will break the bondage from your end. And if you break the bondage, there will be no reason for them to come back, for you to go back with them again to finish off any kind of a karmic obligation. So all kind of a karmic obligations or all kind of a karmic cycles can be finished just by giving love to each other. Because we are the love energy. The God is love energy. So just spreading love can finish off all the problems of this world, basically. Don't you think so?
Yeah.
Yes, because all the problems are created by ego, and the suffering is also done through ego. We are just the Sakshi, we are just the watchers, we are the energy part. But without our energy, nothing operates, not even the ego can sustain. So everything happens with our energy, but we are not that ego, we are not the body, our 5 bodies. We are the
Energy.
We are the energy, the spirit, which makes all these 5 bodies work. Okay, so as I said, healing, a lot of healing between the relationships can also happen just by giving love. So we are the love energy, so spreading love and seeking love and spreading it out to the entire universe is the answer to all our problems. Any other question? No? Okay, shall we do the meditation then?
Yes.
Okay, so let's sit straight in our chairs, hands on your thighs, facing the sky, open to the sky.